Okay, so this episode we're gonna talk about starting your own online Shopify store and leveraging your profession, right? So let's just say you're not a Shopify professional, right? But you are a doctor. So you work as a doctor, but you want to start your own store because you have a lot of income, right? So you're a doctor, you have income, and you say, okay, I've studied business as a doctor, and I really feel like I could scale, right? Like I would love to work with a doctor, right? Because I've most of the people I work with are like people who just they're like me. They just know how to start stores and make money. But a doctor or somebody who has a nice income, let's take like a welder or a diesel mechanic or even a soldier like a captain or a major or a general or captain, right? Somebody who has like great income, consistent income. They could just leverage what they do. So let's just take a captain in the army, right? So let's say a captain in the army comes to me. He's like, "Hey, I have a decent income. I wanna start a store." Like I would say, leverage what you do. Like if you was to start a clothing line as a captain, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm a captain in the army. I want to start a clothing line." Well, why don't you just call it fucking Captain Melvin? So let's say his name's Melvin, Captain Melvin. So you start Captain Melvin's military wear, right? And you can make it like some cool military jackets, like hats and shit, you know. So now you have cool military clothing, something like that, right? For keyword. So I always used to always start with keywords, right? So now you have Captain Melvin's cool military gear or cool military clothing, right? So now you got Captain Melvin's military boots, Captain Melvin's military gloves, Captain Melvin military hats, right? And you can put like captain shit on it, right? Instead of being like, oh, it's just regular military. You can be like, no, this is captain shit. But I guess you would have to go like, yeah, but you can still finesse it. Like, yeah, I guess civilians can't wear military clothing, but you can still like nobody's gonna go to jail for wearing like a army type of. You have to, if they're not wearing it like that, then you can wear it though, right? You can wear all that shit. So you just make that shit cool. Put like Melvin or some shit on it, like Captain Melvin or some shit. And that's leveraging what you know. Or you can come out with some boots. Be like, fuck it. I found someone who can help me start a boot store. So you have it ready made, and then you can private label through some boots. And be like, oh, Captain Melvin boots, military boots. Or if you're a doctor, you can sell like gloves. You can sell gloves. You can sell even what's the little heartbeat thing? You can sell a little heartbeat shit. Like I would leverage profession so you have dominance. Like if you sell a heartbeat machine, you're like, oh, this heartbeat machine does this because I'm a doctor. I know that this is wrong, right? That's why so many doctors are good entrepreneurs because they already have an issue and they're the professional at solving the issue. So all they have to do is just give advice, like me, right? So all I just do is give advice because I'm already a professional at fixing stores. So all I have to do is just ramble about what I do. Like a doctor who's a heart doctor, he can just tell you, oh, this is better for your heart. And then he just comes out with a supplement called Dr. So-and-so Heart's thing because he's already in that profession, right? So you can just leverage what you already do and create something that's 100% profit margin or minimum 30%. But I just say shoot for 100%. Why not? If you can shoot for 100%, you make your website look like extra expensive, and then boom, you can just shoot for 100% based on what you do. So let's just say let's just take a regular person, not like a doctor, because a doctor to me is not regular. They're like elite level humans. So let's just say like I don't know, a janitor. So let's just say a janitor wants to start a Shopify store and get rich. So he's like, oh, I'm going to start my own keys, right? My own little keychain business for like belt keychains. Because one thing about janitors, they always wear keys. They have like a shit ton of keys. Like I'm pretty sure janitors get girls off their keys because like, oh, I have access to this. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see a janitor, all you hear is keys ringing. That's all you hear. So a janitor can be like, oh, I sell keys. So now you're Bob the janitor. He's like, oh, Bob the janitor's keychain. So you're like, oh, these are janitor keychains. I know these shits work. You know what I'm saying? Different color, Bob, just janitors. Oh, this goes on the back. This goes on the side. This goes on the front. This goes with this type of key. Then now you got Bob the janitor's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else could go with that. Fucking toilet spray or some shit. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Bob the janitor's mops. Bob the janitor's mobile mops. Right? Mobile mops. You know what I'm saying? Sponge mops. Bob the janitor sponge mops. Bob the janitor aqua mops. Or marble floor mops. Keyword Bob with Bob the janitor. So now you got Bob the janitor mobile mops. Right? So now you're niche. So you get mobile mops and you just leverage Bob the janitor. And you have janitor. So now you got janitor mops. Boom. Just like that. So let's do another. Let's take like a coach. Like, so let's just say like a basketball coach wants to start a Shopify store and get rich. He's like, oh, I'm tired of coaching these kids. They don't listen and I just want to get rich. I don't want to be a coach anymore. So now he can be like, you know what? I'm going to sell my own fucking basketballs. So he's going to sell different. So he can be like, oh, Coach, let's say his name is Coach Jeffrey. So Coach Jeffrey's increase your basketball handles basketballs or 3-point basketball. This basketball is designed to keep your fingers in the right position on the basketball so you can shoot. Like, right? You can point your finger at the rim. Like me, I was a 3-point shooter. So if you have this puts the ball in your hand on the right place of the ball so you can point in the rim as you shoot the ball. So like, I don't know, 3-point basketball training coach Jeffrey, right? Something like that. And then he just comes out with different balls for different scenarios. Oh, this one's good for passing. So this is the bounce pass ball. So this helps with your bounce passing. Coach Jeffrey's bounce pass ball. Coach Jeffrey's free throw ball, right? So you got a free throw ball. How to put your finger, where to put your fingers on the free throw. You can have like a certain grip or some shit. Now this is the layup ball, Coach Jeffrey. So now you have Coach Jeffrey, different type of balls. So somebody's putting like 3-point and it's like, I want to work on my whole game. So they're just going to put Coach Jeffrey basketballs. So boom, now you got a whole bunch of basketballs pop up. And you can have them in different colors. So boom, now Coach Jeffrey just leveraged he leveraged his profession, right? So let's do somebody else. Let's do a female. Let's do, what's something females do? So let's take like an English teacher. So let's just say an English teacher wants to start a Shopify store and get rich. I'm going to do male and female. So what could an English teacher leverage? Marker boards, right? So they could sell like marker boards, like boards, chalkboards, marker boards. Or Mrs. Owens. Let's say her last name is Owens. Mrs. Owens, the English teacher. So you have Mrs. Owens marker board, math marker board. It's good. It highlights, I don't know, the markers on the board, or glow in the dark. Mrs. Owens glow in the dark chalkboard, right? Teach at night. You know what I'm saying? Magic markers. This marker glows in the dark. The marker glows in the dark and the board glows in the dark. Boom, Mrs. Owens. And not just a regular one. No, this is Mrs. Owens. She's a teacher. So you're going to buy from her, not just a regular person who's starting a shop. No, this is Mrs. Owens, the English teacher's marker board, right? So now you're establishing dominance. And it's branded because it's like Mrs. Owens. So now people think, oh, it's nostalgic. Oh, I used to go to school. Now I want Mrs. Owens. I don't just want a regular one from Walmart. I want Mrs. Owens's, right? And it glows in the dark. So now you have marker board glow in the dark. Now you have Mrs. Owens. Now you have marker board. Now you have glow in the dark marker, right? So boom, you just leveraged what you did, who you are. Now let me take somebody else. Let's do a mechanic. So let's just take a mechanic, right? So I'm taking jobs that make like 30 to 60K and how they could get rich. So let's just take a mechanic, right? So a mechanic's like, oh, I want to come out with my own, I don't know, like a mechanic is a very regulated skill set. Like you can't just come out with your own torque wrench or some shit. Or can you? I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'm just going to say, let's just say we going outside of some way you can bend the law with this. So you come out with your own torque wrench. Or let's say your name's Peppy. Also, Peppy the mechanic torque wrench. Oh, have you tried Peppy's? Peppy's? Like, no, I don't know Peppy's. So you got Peppy's torque wrench. Easy to torque wrench. Even a 5-year-old can torque this. But you know, a torque wrench is, you got to have some strength to torque it. So you're like, oh, it's so easy a 5-year-old can torque it. And then you got a 5-year-old like, yay, he torqued it. Thank you, Peppy. So now you got Peppy, P-E-P-I, keyword Google, torque wrench. Easy torque wrench. Right, so now you got easy torque wrench. Boom, so that's Peppy. So let me think of somebody else. Personal trainer, man. Personal trainers are my favorite entrepreneurs because I've seen personal trainers do all kinds of shit. Like you got personal trainers that switch to fucking red pill coaches. You got personal trainers that switch to dating. Then you got personal trainers that switch to, I don't know, selling merchandise. Then you got personal trainers, to me, are like the number one hustlers. When it comes to hustling online, me being a Shopify, a store creator and store sales generator, right? From my experience, the personal trainers are the number one hustlers. Like, it's like, oh no, I switch. I sell vitamins now. Oh no, now I sell my own milk. I sell my own, even this, they sell their own, like, what's those? The protein shakes, the protein powders. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, personal trainers, even the female ones too. So you got female personal trainers, OnlyFans girls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I respect that. So let me take it back. Like, if a female is an OnlyFans girl and personal training, well, I guess that's cool because she's training. You know what I mean? I still don't think that OnlyFans girls is like special. I just think it was just destiny, right? Because you can't make money on Instagram. So it was destiny, something like OnlyFans will come. Because just a female's profile picture is just worth money in general. Just because of thirsty dudes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I leverage my profession for Shopify.